And I get asked quite often about my stance on the Second Amendment and gun control and regulations that I would recommend. And it's pretty simple. Universal background checks across the board. Mandatory red flag laws. That if something were to come up and someone were to have some sort of a criminal investigation or accusation or whatever, they get looked into. They make sure that they don't have the guns they're not supposed to have. They don't buy guns illegally. When you own a gun, you can't turn around and sell it or give it to someone without a background check. When you own a firearm in any way, shape, or form, it needs to be secured in a regulated type of way. If you ignore that regulation and someone helps themselves, or you put it in the wrong hands and they hurt someone or unalive someone or anything else, you should be held responsible because it's your pupil. There should not be any excuses. If you want to buy a semi-auto or an auto or an AR, I believe under limited circumstances, people should be able to buy an AR if they choose to. But the regulations for an AR need to step up just because the weapon is stepped up. And as you buy more higher capacity weapons, the speed of firing, all of that needs to be adjusted too, and do it nationwide. So you can't drive to the next state and circumvent the laws. Because all too often you find the gentleman in Kentucky was in jail 2 days before he went on his rampage, and the morning of, and he was telling people in jail, he was telling people that's what had him thrown in jail, terroristic threats. And when he got out, he bought one and used it. 2,000 rounds of ammunition in an AR-15. He was telling people he was going to do it, and there was no caution or anything when they put his name in and ran it through the system. It didn't say 2 days ago he was in for threatening to unalive a lot of people in a mass way. It didn't say anything about that. Well, it should. There shouldn't be any excuse, and the right to bear arms, applies to everybody. No, it does not. The right to drive a car doesn't apply to everybody either. You've got to earn it. You've got to test for it. You've got to make sure you're capable of using it safely, or you're not allowed to drive. What is the difference between that and weapons? And why in God's green earth do you need something that can fire 200 rounds in a matter of seconds? Why would you need that? For hunting? What are you hunting? And if you do use it for hunting, nothing you hunt will be good enough to use because it will be shredded, like Trump's ear. We need to figure out the reality of the situation. And I am so sick for the blanket arguments that have absolutely no point in real world America. There is no country on earth that deals with this but us. There's no country on earth that doesn't have the healthcare system that we have. There's no way on earth that this should be okay. And here we are. So let's get rid of the people who make it okay, and put people in who want to solve the problem, not feed the problem. Stay diligent, stay educated, and be kind. We are all in this together. God bless.